Based in Klang Valley, Malaysia, InTune Outsourcing offers a complete finance and human resource business process outsourcing (BPO) solutions tailored to fit the needs of our clients. We have served clients from northern to central and southern region of Malaysia, as well as overseas clients from Indonesia, Singapore, Australia, and United Kingdom. With extensive experiences across online and offline businesses, chain businesses, non-government associations that spread across various industries such as food and beverage, education, IT, jewelry, security, fashion, healthcare, consulting, coaching, training, manufacturing, construction, development, property management, and many more under our belt, we are able to serve a wide range of customers from small, medium, to large businesses alike. Whether you are a startup enterprise or you operate on a much larger scale, our team of experienced professionals have the skills, capabilities, and flexibility to deliver and scale according to your specific needs based on an agreed plan and structure. As your strategic finance and HR partner, InTune assesses where your business is against your business directions and requirements to recommend effective solutions to bridge those gaps for you and your business to achieve your business goals and growth.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn. Today we're going to talk about our employee self-service system. In short, it's also known as ESS. Inside the ESS, we have the employee handbook, HR memos, pay slips, EA forms. All these employees can help themselves. They can refer to the employee handbook, any HR memos that has been issued throughout the year. They access their own pay slips, EA forms for the past years, and also they can self-update their personal details, like if they have a newborn or they have moved house, they need to update their address. Any new skills or education acquired, they can also update inside the ESS. Any new achievements or trainings that they have attended, they can also update in this portal. On top of that, they can also view the calendar of all the public holidays that the company observes. Also, they can view who is on leave. Before the MCO, everything was in the office. It was on our server in the office, and we had a lot of difficulties accessing it during MCO. So after moving our payroll system to the cloud, it is now accessible from multiple locations. Any staff can process payroll while working from home. On top of that, we can also allocate multiple user access. Different levels of staff will have different level of use. We can assign simple user access or admin access so that they can do all their payroll work from home. Our e-payroll system can even do payroll recon and multiple report formats. In these multiple report formats, we can set by department, by location, by category, and all these will be especially helpful if you have many outlets that you want to see the report format by the outlet. How is each outlet performing? The e-leave system is a system to apply leave without filling up any forms. Imagine those days when you fill up forms and then you have to give to your supervisor to approve. Right now, it is all on the cloud. So you just apply leave and then your supervisor will get a notification to approve the leave. It is accessible 24/7 and you can track your leave balances on your own. You don't have to ask HR to let you know how many days leave you have. The e-leave system can generate multiple report formats. It gives you an analysis on the frequent leave types as well, especially when an employee takes a lot of leave, unpaid leave or sick leave, and you want to know how many days has this person taken. So on top of that, employers have the option to set the leave policies, like how many days in advance to apply leave. They can set all sick leave must have an attachment of the MC.
If you're looking for a solution in human resource for your company, InTune is your best choice.
Good evening, everybody. Well, it's a time again for InTune Business Series. Today, I'm excited to have another colleague of mine to be coming on board later to share to you about payroll and HR. Part of our business series here is for business owners to give you information on how and on some of your pain and how you can take advantage of our services to support you. Without further ado, let me bring in my colleague, Edmund. Hi, Edmund.
Hi everyone. Hi Alex. Thanks for having me. So my name is Edmund from InTune. I'm in the business development team, and I have been in InTune for about 6 months now. And my job revolves around handling, leads from company and generating leads on my own as well. Taking care of the leads and converting them into sales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically looking for SME which has pain so that we can then give you the Panadol. Okay, let's talk a
Yes,
bit about
exactly.
let's talk about your experience with SME on payroll and HR based on the business owners as well as the HR department or people that call or contacted Intune. What is your experience of them and what do you see or what can you learn from these SME?
Great questions. Okay, so from the time here and what I've learned from most of my clients, they actually have a lot of trouble with like updates on the compliances, updates on like LHDN and all this, and they are seems to be always confused with the all the laws there is, and yeah, those sort of stuff.
So
Yeah.
if you're an SME
And
business owner and you are listening to this, today Edmund is going to share with you some of the top
mm,
7 pain. What are the top 7 pain based on his communication or contact point with SME so that if you experience yourself having those pain, maybe then you can look into it and perhaps Intune could offer you some solution. Let's talk about some of their pain. So just now you were talking about compliance confusion, right? What do you mean by that? Maybe you can explain further.
okay, so for compliance confusion, right? A lot of SMEs that tend to that they are not really in the keep up with the scene is what I would call it. Yeah. So when they are doing, all of these submitting, all the stuff to the KWSP, LHDN and all this, they don't really it's not really accurate on their side.
Mm. Yeah, because sometimes they are busy on the front end. So sometimes even my
Yeah,
interaction
and
with business owner, they don't get
mm,
update fast enough.
yeah, and most of the some of the directors that I met with, they don't really want to spend time on this part. They don't want to study all of this, So, to have a peace of mind, they just want to outsource it, or have someone handle it on their behalf.
Yeah, and most of the time they say, I like for example, some F&B cafe, I'm a great barista and great cook. Please, Alex, don't ask me to go and look into all these EPS so every month need to calculate this, calculate that, and sometimes you're not up to date, and sometimes they don't
Yes.
even know like this public holiday should I pay 2 times or 3 times? How do I know two
Yes,
times or three
exactly,
times?
exactly. Yeah, it's funny. This morning I just met with a guy that is in the jewelry industry. And he's actually he is quite old lah. Yeah, and he don't really want to bother with all of this. He don't want to study all of this. He just want to focus on the business side. So, yeah.
Yeah, so number one, SME compliance, and most SME business owner they don't like compliance because SME business owner, you guys want to do what you do best. If you guys are great chef, go and cook for your client. If you guys are great mechanic, go and repair car. Don't get yourself with all this compliance stuff. And the whole landscape of compliance have been ever changing. There's new EPF for foreign labor, and there's EIS, and then there's
Yeah.
HRDF. All this is a pain
And the
in the
new
butt.
stamping laws as well.
Yeah, so these are some of the pain. So business owner, if you have this pain, you are not alone, and this is a number one pain. Let's go to number 2 pain. Just now you were talking about salary processing. Can you explain more about that?
Okay, so some of the clients that I met with, not exactly clients. So when I go to a client place, right, I usually tend to, have a chat with their staff when I'm waiting for the client. So a lot of them actually make comments about, salaries being paid late, not on time, or there's like, error calculating overtimes and all of this. So with this, you can ensure timely and error-free salary disbursement through a structured process. And also we have a dedicated payroll system software for it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and we
so
also
that
ensure,
is go on,
yes,
go
we
on.
also ensure your team, your staff is always being paid on time every time.
Yeah. So yeah, with what we do is before we even do the payroll, we will usually sit with you as our client to look at your processes. When should we pay OT? When if we cut off OT? And who will approve OT so that we are not late in processing. And of course, we will also link all this with the bank so that the online payment to make sure that every staff get all the information. And with our payroll system, which is online, they can straight away get their pay slip and they know exactly how much they are getting. So this is also one of the way we can
Yes,
support you as a business
yes.
owner
Is
to handle some of your pain. I mean,
Yeah, it's especially crucial if your company has a lot of staff. You want your employees to be happy, satisfied. And yeah, and
yeah,
late salary is really a big deal.
yeah, it's not so good for morale, and especially when sometimes the staff has a lot of huge commitment. Anytime there's lateness, it affect their morale and their work, and sometimes it will lead to turnover. And worst case, if they even go and complain to the labor office, having to attend to all these labor offices, a major. It's no longer a headache; it's a migraine.
Exactly.
Let's talk about calculation errors. What you talk about calculation error in payroll and OT and all these things. Uh, what do you see when you talk to some of our possible client or SME business owner out there?
Yeah, so most SME I noticed they're actually doing the payroll manually, whether it's using Excel or just sheets in general. So we do have automated payroll processes software now. It's 2025. AI is taking over. So if you are still using manual, highly suggest you switch over now.
Mm. Manual is always a nightmare because what's manual and working for me may not be working for if there's a turnover or if suddenly that person is sick, which is the latest version. So to manage version control and manual Excel, the likelihood of error is so high, and that's where a lot of company gets into trouble with their staff when they do manual. So yeah, and nowadays, really, the system is not expensive compared to maybe 5 or 10 years where all this payroll system is expensive.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
what else? What is the next one? What is the number four?
So number four is confidential risk. Um, this one, okay. So if the company is big, you don't really want your staff to have chit chats about the payroll, comparing the salary and all that. So by outsourcing, you actually keep your company privacy, is the confidential protocols. And for example, we have a big client, it's actually a public listed client. So they have over 10,000 employees, 10,000 employees. So they outsource the upper management level to us, which is around 300 employees. So this ensures that, the confidential and everything is private. There's no gossips in the company. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes having an external party to keep all these things safe will ensure that the confidentiality is not being breached. Lah. Okay,
Yeah, this
so
also
this
affect the staff morale and trust as well.
correct. What will be the next one? Number five.
The next one is actually what I mentioned before is, the time drain. Sometimes they spend too much time, doing all the HR work, especially some clients, like they've been in the business for around 20, 30 years. So they have not heard of all of the HR software and all that. So they are still doing everything manual. Let's say when they want to apply, claims or leave, it's still being done on hard copy. So yeah, it's really when the HR spends a lot of time doing this, sometimes it gets lost, or when you're writing on a pen, the ink gets everywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think the pain with manual is I applied the leave. The boss no time to sign off. Do I go on leave or do I
Yes,
not go on leave?
exactly. Especially when it's like an emergency leave, or it's unplanned for. So it's always better to have a software where everything can be done. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay. So, viewers, if you have any question, please post in the comment group. Edmund and I will do our best to answer some of your concern or question or clarification. What will be next, Edmund?
The next pain we have is costly system upgrades. So, okay, yeah, as Lex mentioned just now, system nowadays compared to like 10 years ago, it's really the cost is really expensive nowadays. But to ensure that our outsourcing package includes the software and also the newest up-to-date technology with no extra licensing or maintenance cost for you. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the model because we as a Intune we buy in bulk. Definitely we can pass on some of this saving, and because we are specialized in HR and payroll, we will
Mm.
ensure that all the system is up to date and bug free. So you don't need to worry about in the event of burglary, in the event of fire, your information go missing. So at any point of time, our engagement, our solution come with a system and upgrade all bundled in a way that will work for you lah.
Exactly. And when you purchase the system by itself, you still have to set it up yourself. But we actually set it up for you.
Yeah, and one of the other thing about system is when usually when the client have their own HR people, when they go on maternity leave or when they resign, new people coming constantly needs to retrain. But with us, because we have a whole team that does it right, this is not an issue that anyone can just jump in. Someone emergency dengue for a week, another colleague can just jump in. A lot of SME they cannot afford to have two staff just to do payroll and HR. Maybe it's one.
Yep.
So if
Yes.
the one
Most
person
SMEs I've been to is only one HR staff. Yes.
Mm. And sometimes it's not only doing HR, they also do admin, they also do account, they also do secretarial job. So it can be very uh, high risk when this person is sick, unwell, or emergency leave, like what you say.
Mm.
So what will be number seven, Aman?
Number seven is lack of HR expertise, or I like to call it staff turnover. So this part is actually, I would say, one of the most common one. Yeah. So okay, lack of HR expertise. Of course, not everyone. For example, local F&B business, they don't really know what is the latest HR updates and all of this. And especially now, constantly the updates from the government there. So yeah, they don't really have the knowledge and the time to learn all of these. And also staff turnover, especially when your HR staff resign or staff resign in general, you will need to find immediate replacement, and you are also not sure whether this is the right person to do this. Um, yeah.
Yeah, that is a major concern in terms of not just expertise, also the physical staff itself. And nowadays, to have a staff to stay and to manage the staff is also a huge cost. A lot of people think that, oh, I hire HR staff, maybe 2, 3 thousand, but they forgot that the time and effort the bosses or the manager actually also used to manage and teach this itself is another huge cost in having a head count. So
Yes, exactly.
let's talk about how Intune can support them. How can Intune support some of our clients?
Okay. Okay, so why? Okay, well, how can Intune support? Okay, first of all, of course, we are always updated with the latest news from the government side. So yeah, you can ensure that all your compliance are handled by us, and we are also experts and licensed. Any comments, Alex?
Yeah. I think having an expert is what matter. Like I always tell my client, if I have a general sickness, maybe I go to a GP. But if I know, let's say I have a brain problem, I want to go and see a brain specialist. So that's where in Intune we have our team of specialists dedicated just to handle HR and payroll.
Yeah,
Back
and
to
it
you,
also
Edmund.
reduce error and improve accuracy. So what this means is like so basically it's like on the manual work side. With us, we do everything automated and everything will be checked by our seniors and managers so that it ensures like everything when it delivered to you, it's 100%.
Yeah, it's like you go to a restaurant and you order a food. There will be a two or three like a head chef will actually make sure when the food come out, the taste is there, the quality is there, and that's the same thing that in tune what we do. We are not just offering manpower. We also offer the processes as well as the system as part of our services lah to SME business owners.
Yeah, and you can also ensure the top quality, confidential, and security by outsourcing to Intune. We keep all your data privacy safe, and also to ensure staff confidential as well.
Yeah, and being an outsourcing provider also means we don't have direct contact with our staff, doesn't have a direct
Yes.
contact with none of the ground staff of our business owner. So the
Yeah.
chances of information leakage, gossip, all these are very, very can be like it's down to zero. It's only the person's call,
Yeah.
maybe just to ask for technical support, how to log into the system,
Yeah.
how
It's
the
it's kind of
business.
like you putting money in the bank, like the third party.
Yeah, and let the bank take care of everything.
Yes. Yeah. So it also increase your focus. So for example, if you are a chef, you are gonna, invent new recipe. How do I make my food taste better rather than focusing on, your employees leave, who is going on leave today, why is my staff claiming for certain stuff. So yeah, it keeps your focus on the business side and also
Yeah.
your the nature of the business itself.
This is a primary reason why Intune exists. We exist because we want to support SME to become large, so that SME you can focus on growing your business, not go and fan lao or get all this headache with all these small thing at the back, calculating OT, HR. Leave it to the expert like us. Let us then set it up for you and run it for you. Then you can focus on
Exactly.
what you do best.
Yeah, the reason you open the restaurant is to cook, right? So don't focus on all of this I mean, you can call it nonsense. Leave it to us, the experts. Yeah. And by outsourcing, it also actually save a lot of cost. For example, let's say for example, employee is, the salary is 2,000 ringgit, but is it really just 2,000 ringgit? When you outsource to us, we are actually paying for the employees, EPF. We are actually paying for their bonus, their vacation leave, their leave in general, and all of this is being taken care of by us. Yeah, so you actually save a lot of cost by outsourcing.
Yeah, so SME business owner, you pay one bundle fee, and all the management, staff turnover, we take over all this headache from you. Maternity leave, MC, all you no longer have. Anytime you need support, you call our office. We have the manpower available to serve and to get the job running lah. So in fact, in our company, we have a mixture. We are quite mohiba. You anytime during even a major festive season, there will be people who is not taking long leave. Like unlike maybe
Mm.
if you only have, let's say, a Chinese staff during Chinese New Year, he may be off a week or Hari Raya off a week. We don't. We have a mixture that kicks in. So even during different festive season, we always have staff in the office, except the official public holiday, on the grounds supporting and serving our SME business owners.
Yeah. So for the final one, flexible skilling, when we serve over 400 companies, so it range from small, medium, and even large. And we also have the suitable package based on your your size, your current stage of the business. We have small, medium, and large. And yeah, so when you expand, we can also expand with you. And yeah.
Okay, okay. So how do SME engage in Tune?
SME, okay. So when SME engage in Tune, right? So the first step, of course, is we will actually build a team. I call it the setup process. So we will build a team dedicated based on your needs. For example, if your workload is bigger, we will provide you with more members of our team. Yeah, so we will build a team for you. And then stage two is what we call an implementation stage. So we will have a meeting. Our team will go over to your office, or if you are not in Malaysia, we will have an online meet to agree with your workflow and processes. Who do what and by when. Yeah, and everything gets signed off. So when you agree with us, we agree. Then everything can be aligned. Yeah, so we will be aligning with you. Yeah, the process and workflow. And after aligning, we will have a step three, setup of the software, for the HR and payroll, and also set up the processes, by keying in all your staff IDs, what's their pay rate, and all of the information. And we will also check on whether your company has any, backlogs. This will potentially save you from penalties that you don't even know you have.
True, true, true. Yeah, so come and talk to us, have coffee or tea with Edmund or myself, and then let's talk about some of your struggle. And of course, once we identify your struggle, we can then start with you from as small as, even some company, maybe they have 4 or 5 staff. There's no way they can afford to hire like one HR and payroll just to
Yes.
do for
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. Now the minimum pay for a HR exec is around like 3,000 ringgit per month. That is not including all the hidden EBF bonuses and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the hiring costs as well as the management costs. So, Edmund, why don't you tell our client roughly give them a range of a small, how does it look like, a
Yeah. So
medium,
if you are a small business, with a less than 10 staff in general, our price actually range starts from 500 ringgit per month with no hidden fee. Yeah.
awesome. And the 500 includes software, right?
Yes, it includes the software, the team to uh, do the process for you, payroll and HR. Yeah, and setting up the software, and of course the implementation meeting and all of that, aligning with you. Yeah. Yeah, which the step four, and we will also, the 500 ringgit also includes training of the client staff. So we will teach you how to use the software, whether it's the HR software, how you can apply the leave, how you can apply claims, or we will teach you how to use the payroll software as well. Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
and
all
then
bundled in. So yeah, you make it easy. You can basically handle all the leave from your phone.
yeah. So after these 4 steps, the outsourcing can go live, and your headache will be gone forever.
It'll be lesser headache lah. I think it won't be
Yeah.
totally gone, but you won't have massive headache. Okay, Edmund, do you have anything else? You have some case study to share with our audience?
Yeah, so I actually came up with 3 case studies. So these are all from my experience. So for the first case study, it's a retail SME with 20 staff. So usually they have one HR staff, and the HR staff actually handle all the admin work, the payroll, the HR work. She's also doing the recruitment and some of the account works. So it's like, yeah, it's like an all-in-one stuff.
It's
So
called Pakalian.
yeah, yes, so she's doing all of this, and usually it will take her 3 to 4 days to process the payroll. And sometimes when deadlines is not being met, and she also gets scolded from her boss. So yeah, so she has a lot of stress, so she decided to find outsource. Like, she actually found us, And then so after we take her on as a client, then so it reduced the work to just 2 hours. Yeah, so
Awesome.
the 2 hours, it's just like she sent us the documents, she let us know all the info, and we can take over from there.
Yeah, so sometimes what I'm hearing is we can also be a support staff to your existing staff. So a lot of SME business owners sometimes get very concerned. Alex, if I hire InTune, do I mean I have to fire this staff? Uh, the outright answer is no. It's about then repurpose the staff. Maybe the staff used to be like an octopus handling 8 things. Now, when they outsource
Yes.
2 or 3 things to InTune, they can then be having a laser sharp focus to handle 5 things, and that also allowed them to then support the business owner to do the focus work, like just now what uh Edmund was sharing, your focus, so that you get to focus exactly what you want your staff to do, and then leave the back end stuff to us lah. So that's where we can also work with the client. So what I'm communicating is, you as a client, you don't necessarily need to fire your staff. That's not our intention. It's about repurposing. We take some of the workload, we can piggyback. So even some of our staff, our client, when they become large, they hire in-house. If suddenly got issue or the staff suddenly resign, they can also fall back to us. So this is where
Yes.
we are also scaling and growing with our client. So that's one of our motto lah.
Yeah, so the second case study is also from one of my client. So he's in the health supplement, retailer. He's selling, vitamins and all of these health supplements. So they had their finance manager, which he was handling the accounts and HR as well as the payroll. So when he suddenly resigned, the director of the company, has basically gone, like crazy.
Haywire.
What
Yeah.
to do? Because the finance manager has been with them for throughout the whole company's life. So suddenly this happened. So he decided to explore outsourcing. So they found us, and we smoothly took over and reduced the director headache.
Yeah. So basically, sometimes our SME owner hire one handling so many things. The moment they port to us, they have maybe 6 staff to work with. So I think that's one of the benefit when you hire, and it's also by specialization.
Exactly, and you don't have to, spend time finding candidates, interviewing. Skip all of this. So for the final example I have here is a manufacturing factory with over 100 headcounts. And even with 100 headcounts, it's a relatively old company, so they are still, used to the traditional work, like doing everything manual and all of that. So, but it's like too much because it's still one person handling all of this. So they decided to outsource the HR side so that the current HR staff focus on the payroll only. So we take over, like we doing the leave for them, doing the time management for them, and as well as the claims.
Okay, so there is a short question from one of our audience. Can Intune help to redesign and repurpose the work of the staff after outsourcing? So the straightforward answer is yes. That's why during implementation meeting, our team will actually sit together with our client. What area are we taking over from the staff? And then what would the staff be doing, and how do we bridge it? So we will actually identify the gap, and we will also come into alignment and agreement in terms of who do what by when, and where is our work scope, where is their work scope, and we will come up with processes that is agreed upon. So then only we
Yeah,
launch. So that's also
yeah.
very
This
different from other providers.
this also ensure that your current staff can do other thing while still working in the company, so you don't have to necessarily fire them.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, back to you, Edmund.
Yeah,
Anything
so
else?
that's it for the case study. So basically, the main points of these 3 case study is, first is the saving time lah. Because it takes a lot of time to do all of this, especially if you don't have the knowledge required to do this. And secondly is staff resigning. Of course, everywhere staff is the turnover rate is very high nowadays. So resigning is also one of the common pains. Yeah.
Okay. So with that, I think we summarize. Let me summarize today. So some of the major pain are things like staff expertise, stay focused. Basically, where we want our client to stay focused on what they do best, leave all the pain to us because we specialize in this pain management. And that's where we have processes, we have all the skills, we have, bundle pricing as well as scaling up with you. So this is what InTune can do. So where you can look for us. So you can look for us. You can follow us on Facebook. If you look at InTune Outsourcing, that's where we are. You can scan the QR code on the screen, or you can WhatsApp or call us. This is our hotline. And of course, you can look for Edmund directly as well. And come and visit.
Yeah, you can also find us on our website.
Yeah, so at intune.my. So our website is not a static website. Every 1 to 2 weeks, you get update if there's a latest announcement or changes. You also get updates. So we highly recommend that you subscribe as well as keep in touch with us via our Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as our website. So on and off, we will come up with a series in terms of both educating as well as advocating the outsourcing work that we do. So in InTune, we don't only do HR and payroll, we also do finance. As an organization, we are also a certified HRDF provider. We also offer training to, let's say, some of your staff need. If your staff having communication challenges, we do have a fleet of training that we can also support our SME in terms of providing that. So with that, any last word, Edmund, before we wrap it up?
Yeah, so if you are struggle from the pain that we mentioned just now, you can you know where to look for us lah, basically. Yeah.
Okay. With that,
Yeah, that's it for me. Yeah.
Today. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Alex. Yeah, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn. Today we're going to talk about our employee self-service system. In short, it's also known as ESS. Inside the ESS, we have the employee handbook, HR memos, pay slips, EA forms. All these employees can help themselves. They can refer to the employee handbook, any HR memos that has been issued throughout the year. They access their own pay slips, EA forms for the past years, and also they can self-update their personal details, like if they have a newborn or they have moved house, they need to update their address, any new skills or education acquired, they can also update inside the ESS. Any new achievements or trainings that they have attended, they can also update in this portal. On top of that, they can also view the calendar of all the public holidays that the company observes. Also, they can view who is on leave. Before the MCO, everything was in the office. It was on our server in the office, and we had a lot of difficulties accessing it during MCO. So after moving our payroll system to the cloud, it is now accessible from multiple locations. Any staff can process payroll while working from home. On top of that, we can also allocate multiple user access. Different levels of staff will have different level of use. We can assign simple user access or admin access so that they can do all their payroll work from home. Our e-payroll system can even do payroll recon and multiple report formats. In these multiple report formats, we can set by department, by location, by category, and all these will be especially helpful if you have many outlets that you want to see the report format by the outlet. How is each outlet performing? The e-leave system is a system to apply leave without filling up any forms. Imagine those days when you fill up forms and then you have to give to your supervisor to approve. Right now, it is all on the cloud. So you just apply leave and then your supervisor will get a notification to approve the leave. It is accessible 24/7 and you can track your leave balances on your own. You don't have to ask HR to let you know how many days leave you have. The e-leave system can generate multiple report formats. It gives you an analysis on the frequent leave types as well, especially when an employee takes a lot of leave, unpaid leave or sick leave, and you want to know how many days has this person taken. So on top of that, employers have the option to set the leave policies, like how many days in advance to apply leave. They can set all sick leave must have an attachment of the MC.
If you're looking for a solution in human resource for your company, InTune is your best choice.